What's up, everybody? I hope you notice a bit of a different. Hopefully, there's a big good clarity in the filming right now. I'm actually filming with my GoPro, and usually when I go out and film with the GoPro, especially with my hunting videos, I just strap them onto a my head mount, and I have a Saramonic. I think it's a Saramonic G mic. It's like the high-end GoPro mic that just plugs into the side. Anyway, so we're actually filming with the Rogue one. It's the one I use with my urban exploration. I'm sorry, I got a burp. And we have actually a new piece of kit. It's a circular polarizing lens. It literally just came in a few days ago. I actually forgot to use it when I went out urban exploring last. I'm basically using it so I can feel fancy. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about some cool Russian gear that I got. So basically, and to kind of premise this, and I want to just let you guys know of a really awesome channel. It's like a survival bushcrafting and pretty much an all-around channel that I like to watch just because it's interesting. And yeah, I may have given it away with the Russian gear, but it's a Survival Russia, Mr. Lars. I don't know him personally. I've only been a subscriber for about a year, so I haven't been with him on the whole journey, but I have learned some pretty cool stuff from him. Yeah, I'd like to kind of share it with you. And I've always been fascinated with some of the Russian stuff. I guess it kind of started more or less with this rifle in about and this is a Mosin Nagant. This is actually an M44. It's made in 1944, and it was made by the Ishvek company. And I was using it was back in 2001 or 2000, whenever World at War was, Call of Duty World at War. I always liked the Mosin Nagant, the M9130, and so for years I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been looking up the history of it, and the Mosin Nagant's got a pretty interesting history. And finally this June I picked this one up, and I redid this stock on it. And the only thing I've actually really done to it is I put and it is loaded, so I'm gonna be careful with it, but I put a trigger return spring, so the trigger no longer just kind of does whatever it wants. It stays put. But that's kind of what got me into the Russian gear a little bit. I bought an AK-47 bayonet, and the Russians, when they design something, they try to get the most bang for their buck. I guess they're not known for their quality, but they sure do know. I mean, they've just got a very interesting way of doing things. So Mr. Lars from Survival Russia turned me on to these two items, one of which is actually brand new. This one you've seen it in a video, but I'll show you how to put these on. These are Russian Army foot wraps, and basically what these are is they take the place of socks. So you would use these instead of socks if you wear these type of boots, which, because I have a car and I have to cross a stream to come here, I have to wear these boots while hunting, otherwise I have wet feet. So it kind of intrigued me. The concept of these kind of intrigued me, and I'll show you how to put them on in a little bit. But these are the Russian Army foot wraps. They come in as one piece. You have to actually cut them. So Yeah. And there's a summer and winter pair. These are the winter pair. They're just a little bit more padded. I have used these, and I think I made a video of using these, and they work good. I actually lost these for a little while, and I found them again, so they're back in action, and I'll continue to relay of what I think about these. What I think is going to end up happening is I'm probably going to use these in conjunction with wool socks to kind of get the best of both worlds. Unlike regular socks, with these types of boots, you don't wear at the heel as much, and these take up more room. So unlike a sock which stays tight to your foot, these will actually loosen up, and they're supposed to do that, and there's no way that I found to tie them to where they won't do that, but it is as it is. And I do know the name of these. I cannot think of it. Actually, I do know the name of both of these, and I can't think of them for the life of me. I think this is well, anyway, Russian Army foot wraps, and then Russian Army poncho, or it's in English it's like a poncho tent or something like that. But the other piece is this, and I just got this in the mail like a week ago and been itching to use it. So this is, if you've ever seen the World War II videos of the soldiers running around in these little baggy army green things, little ponchos, this is what this is. And well, let me get this unfolded for you, and I'll kind of show you how to put these on, and then how to do these. So alright guys, one of the uses of the Russian Army poncho is obviously a tarp, a ground pad. You can use this for shooting, obviously anything you want it for, but anyway. So you take your foot, and some people put it on an angle, some people keep it straight on. I've found straight on is just fine. And then you come up and you twist, and I'm sorry if I don't really get this on camera. And basically you just kind of do that. I will leave a link in the description to Mr. Survival Rush's channel, because he does a much better video than I do demonstrating this. But because right now I'm just kind of trying to get warm again. These are pretty warm actually. You'd be surprised. The only thing that I wish that you could do is just hem the edges, because they do unfortunately, well, do this. So anyway, take it again, turn it around like this, wrap it, do it once again, and then you should stick the end in this hand in there, and then stick it on your boot, tuck whatever in, and you will find that these do loosen up a little as you walk. That's fine, they're supposed to do that. Again, they are not like socks. They do not conform to your foot. So that's a little bit of a thing to get used to, I guess. But once you have them on, they loosen up and they fill your boot now. And to get you guys a little higher for this, so basically the tarp is, that one. It's got a button right here. It's got some button holes so you can, of course, button this right up. And on the other end, it's got these wooden buttons dyed green. And then you notice you have a piece of what looks like baling twine, and then another piece of string. And you see that you have, oh, hold on, we have a message, EAO. Don't know what that means, but okay. But you'll notice you have a piece that's stitched in a in an arch, and this is, and on the other end of that is the other ends of your cords. When you pull them, these shrink. This line of where the stitching is actually what goes on your shoulder. This is what keeps your poncho kind of up and in place. And again, I'm not a super expert of this. The bottom string, your string here, is what you kind of tie. And I actually like to put the button on first, but I'll just tie this. I don't know if they have a special knot for it, but your regular shoelace knot will kind of do. And then essentially you have your poncho, your regular poncho. You can button these together if you're really cold. And then you have an arm slot to if you're right-handed, shoot your gun. Obviously I'm cross-side dominant, so I actually shoot left-handed, so I would actually probably flop this around. Actually, I don't even know if I can do that, can I? No, because the buttons would be on the inside then. I'm gonna have to experiment with this a little bit. But anyway, on the top piece, this is obviously your head. And you take your end, put it in, and then just mess with it until it gets comfy. And then your string that is pretty much like a baling twine will shrink the hood down. So you got a pretty good amount of flexibility. It's like any other poncho. And then obviously on the bottom, you can't see it right now, but if I back up, on the bottom you'll see this triangular piece. This triangular piece on the bottom goes into, and I'll see if I can show it to you, that the essentially the wooden button in the middle of the poncho is what it goes to. So that's your poncho. Again, I don't remember exactly the name of it. It's a Russian word, so I'm probably gonna mispronounce it, but this is basically it. Again, you can button it up. I had this on before, started getting cold, and it's actually a pretty good windbreak, and you know, and if you're sitting down, you can cover your knees with it. So it's actually probably a pretty good piece of equipment for deer hunting. You got your little $5 heated seat. Plop that down, sit your ass down, and these will cover your knees, and life will be good. But you know, this is basically it. As far as with the rifle goes, you can obviously aim still with it. You can bring it up. You can sling it over. You know, your hand. When I had the backpack, I actually had the backpack on the inside of it, so I had a little bit of a humpback situation. But and I had my little 22 actually upside down, so the barrel wasn't sticking up. Pretty much out of the ponytail, and so basically I had the backpack. Basically, I had the backpack underneath it with the rifle upside down, and it, you know, I was going through a bit of brush to kind of get here. Where I actually made a complete loop because I didn't really know where I wanted to make this video. So anyway, let me show you some of the things we can do with it. So guys, we're off. That concludes today's video. Pretty much nothing was really set in stone. We were not really coming out here to, you know, take a deer home. We weren't really coming out here to boil an all natural breakfast of water, you know. We just kind of wanted to get out into the woods and have a little fun. Get the Russian tarp, yeah, get the Russian little cloak out, and get the rifles out, and just kind of get out of the house and get up. I've been kind of sleeping in a little bit lately, so today was just kind of a fun get outside kind of video. So I mean, I was not really expecting to get a deer or anything. I figured if anything I might shoot a squirrel, which is why I brought the little 22, and this is how I have it. It's kind of upside down, and actually I might want to bring that into play. Might end up shooting a squirrel. Maybe. I wish I had a 22 Mosin. There was actually a guy at the range not that long ago who had I want to say it was a Mauser training rifle, and the thing was 22 short single shot. You know, you had to pop each round out, but it was a full size Mauser. I think it was a Mauser, but that thing was just cool, and I hope they have ones of the Mosin, because that would be super fun. But anyway, guys, take care and have a good day. Let's see if I can't shoot me a squirrel. I think I see my car from here. Anyway, peace.